much on my brain, but got it good, can't complain. It's like I'm losing my mind, and time's hard to find. What's a girl gotta do to catch a break up? When life tries to test me, I take it one day at a time. 'Cause I was crying yesterday, but look at me today. It has been so long since I wrote a sad song. Sunshine on my face, I'm feeling okay. Nothing's in my way.
Hi guys, welcome to our monthly reflect and prep video. I'm a little bit late. It's actually Sunday, April 3rd as I'm filming this, but to be honest you guys, like life just kind of really caught up to me at the very end, and I didn't really have time, and I didn't really make the time to do my monthly reflect and prep. And I asked you guys what sit down video you guys wanted to see, and you guys really want to know how March went. So I made my matcha. I know you guys have also been asking, if you follow me on Instagram, how I've been making my matcha lately, and I've been drinking matcha a lot more than coffee. I have no idea why, but I just love the taste of matcha, and I just have a really good semi-sweet recipe and everything for how I make it, and I'm actually almost done, so let me just finish this. Matcha is just so good, you guys. It like tastes so good. It's really good for your brain. It's really good for your mental health, your focus. So just, I don't know. I really like matcha lately, but sorry for that rant. Welcome to today's video. I have been doing these reflect and prep videos. This is a new series that I started on my channel in the beginning of the year. I've been doing reflect and prep videos, kind of like a monthly reset, but it really is just like a monthly reset. My friend Carter does these all the time, and she inspired this series, so I just have to say that. Thank you, Carter. And it's been really nice, honestly, doing this every month, just kind of thinking about how my month went and prepping for the next month. So it's pretty basic. We're not really gonna do anything crazy this time. I've been doing these vlog style just because I've been usually doing them in the moment, like during the week or something, in just pockets of time. But for this Sunday morning, I woke up early, and I just wanted to allow myself a slow morning to like reflect on myself mentally and do all of my monthly reset things. So this is more sit down. Everything's all done. This is really just me going through everything with you, and then we'll actually prep for next month together. I haven't done any of that, but I spent the extra time to do like a fun bullet journal spread for April too, so I'll show you guys that. And yeah, I think that's everything. I literally just got out of bed. I put on no makeup. I'm still wearing my glasses, so I'm sorry if you guys can see like the blue light lens, but this is literally just how it is going to go. I'm not getting ready. But I feel like if you guys do these monthly reflect and prep with me, maybe you guys are in your bed, or you're having coffee, or you're just kind of taking a moment, and you don't have to be all dolled up for this. This is really just me waking up, getting out of bed, and focusing on myself besides the physical part. So yeah, I think that's everything. Please excuse my long intro. Let's just go ahead and get started, and let's talk about last month and reflect on everything. Okay guys, here's my bullet journal from last month. These are all of my goals. Let's just go ahead and go through all of my goals together. How about we just go ahead and go through these goals, what I did, what I didn't do. I did start therapy. I'm so happy. I did do one video outside of my comfort zone, which I'm really proud of. I did work out 4 to 5 times a week, which I'm also really proud of. But I did not learn one Korean dish. Not proud of myself for that. Learning one Korean dish, I think I'm also gonna put that in my April goals, because I skipped my HelloFresh for I think like 3 out of 4 weeks in April, so that I can actually cook more with like my own recipes, including Korean ones. So I'm gonna move those 2 over to April, but I'm really proud of myself. I think this looks really good. I launched JH Collective, which is my merch or small business, which I literally was starting to believe it just wouldn't happen. So I'm really, really, really proud of myself for this one. But I did not read a book. Okay. I'm actually really mad about the one book thing, because I remember I told you guys I need to read a book in March because I didn't read one in February, but I'm gonna keep putting it on until I read another freaking book. And then lastly, doing devotional at least once a week. I'm going to check this off, but I didn't do like a strict once a week devotional. I'll talk about that in a second, but here's the overview of my goals. Here's what we accomplished last month. And as you guys know, I have my 2022 goals and intentions, so we can actually fill this out together too. And how about as I fill this out, we'll talk about everything. Usually I just show you guys my bullet journal like really quickly, but I just love the way that this spread looks. So how about we just talk about everything? These 2 goals I really need to focus on in April. I literally have been trying to read another book since January, which is so bad. So I'm going to write April, and then I'm going to write April. Oh my God, so bad of me. But prioritizing my self-care, I really did do this a lot, I think, last month, because I've just been kind of slowing down and I've been really like reflective and introspective a lot. For this, I'm just gonna write March progress. Healthy eating, I didn't really focus on this that much last month, but I have been trying to eat more mindfully and healthier. I've been trying to especially be more aware of like my protein intake, but I did do this in March. I did start therapy. I'm so proud of myself. And as you guys know, I just don't think that you need to have like a catastrophic life where things need to be going crazy bad for you to start therapy. But I think that last month, and this is something that I journaled about, I just was not in a good place last month mentally. I don't really know what was happening, but I feel like the thoughts that I was having at the end of February in terms of like feeling sad and lonely and bitter and just kind of going through like the growing pains and realizing what adult life is and how that differs from like a post-grad life versus an adult life. That just kind of all like came to life, and I really actually focused on it a lot in March. So I started therapy because I think I really did kind of hit an all-time low. Starting therapy was something that I really needed, and it kind of came at the perfect time in that way. So I'm really proud of myself for starting therapy in March, and I like kind of never thought I would ever start therapy. So I'm just really glad that I did, and yeah, it's been going really well. Okay, but back to my goals. I'm still tracking my spending. So I did that in March, and I'll show you guys everything that I spent. It's not too good, but I'm still tracking my spending. I'm not budgeting per se. I really just want to be aware of like what I'm spending and where, and I can be more mindful in the next month, but not really anything crazy budgeting. I'm just tracking my spending. Improving my Korean. Okay, you know what? I'm going to write March progress. I actually had a lot of conversations last month about how I can improve my Korean in like a realistic way. I know I talked about getting a tutor. I'm just not really there yet. I guess I'm not that intentional with getting a tutor just yet, but something that Thomas and I've been doing, and this is something that my family friend suggested to me. Thomas is fluent in Korean, and so what we're starting to do, maybe for just like a little bit every day, is he'll speak to me only in Korean and I'll have no idea what he's saying. I think eventually I will start to pick up the things that he's saying or asking, and I'll be able to understand a lot more. So yeah, he's been speaking Korean to me more, and my family friend Jenna that I told you guys about, she texted me once in Korean and she kind of broke up the sentence, and that really helped a lot too. So I've been trying to be more intentional about how I want to improve my Korean, and I think this is a very like realistic like ease into that. So that's really good. And then Thomas and I also talked about having like one phrase every day or week or something that I can say all the time in Korean. So stuff like that. I will like check in with you guys more on this next month because we kind of just started this like a week ago, so I don't really have much to show you, and I'm like too embarrassed to say anything right now, but I am improving my Korean and I'm making efforts to do that. So that was something that I wanted to know that I did last month. Okay, and then lastly we have our monthly reflections. I did do that in March. I'm really happy. Doing my monthly journaling reflections is just really great because, as I always say, and as Annie Long has taught me, it just helps me live life slower. I like never want to be like, where did the month go? Where is the year going? But when I just take the moments to reflect and journal about everything, this is just something that I think will be really helpful for you guys. If you want to live life slower, if you don't want to let life and time get in the way, and you want to be just more aware and intentional about how you're living, then I would definitely suggest you doing a reflect on the month journal prompt. Thomas and family are always goals that I have throughout every single month and every year, so I'm not really going to go into them, but reconnecting with my faith is the last one that I want to address for March. I think that I really challenged myself a lot. Not even really challenged, but I feel like I just connected with my faith, and like my journey to reconnect with my faith was the strongest it ever was in March. I have no idea why. Maybe it was because I set that intention to do a devotional every single week, which I will say honestly, I did not do it every single week, but the moments that I did do it, which I think was around like 3 times last month, I just truly feel like God was talking to me, and I put my energy and like my focus and my worries on God. I can't even tell you guys. I mean, I told you how I was mentally with everything, and last month was like a really bad mental month for me, but something that came out of all of that was that I feel like my relationship and my progress towards reconnecting with God and my faith was the most it has ever been, like since high school. It's crazy. I just feel like God really talks to you when you talk to him, and I just felt very seen and heard. And I feel, oh my God, I can't even say this right, but the last thing I'll say on this is I feel like last month I learned a lot about you don't need to depend on every single person you have in your life, because it's just not reasonable, but you can depend on God at the end of the day, and that you can feel taken care of all the time, no matter what, because of God. And that's something that I really realized last month, and it really just has like changed me. So that's where I am with my journey to reconnect with my faith. I even talked about like all of this in a vlog, which I've never ever done before, and I just feel like it's kind of crazy. I feel like God is like doing something crazy with me right now, and it's really amazing. So I just wanted to share that with you guys for maybe any of you that are just now starting to kind of reconnect with your faith. It's been amazing for me, and seeing my friends Rachel and Kate especially talk to me about their faith and everything, it's really encouraging me, and I hope that this gives this to you guys. I'm just kind of really starting to reconnect, and it's not really daunting and it's not really scary. It's kind of amazing. I just kind of like want to go into it with open arms for the rest of the year and let God in. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about that. Okay. Oh, if you guys want to see my fitness tracker, let me show you guys that. And then here's how my finished fitness tracker looks through the month of March. You guys, like, isn't this just so cool to see throughout the year, all of these dots? I think it's really cute. I don't know, I just really like this spread also in my bullet journal. I think it's really pretty. So that's how the fitness tracker is looking. All I do if I miss too many days, like I definitely don't fill this out every single day. Up until I filmed this video, I had up to March 22nd filled out. And so all I do is I just go on like my fitness app on my phone, because I have an Apple Watch, and then I just go back and look at all of my workouts through the month of March, and it says the date at the top. So I like having this fitness tracker just so that I can see like my yearly movement. But I used to be really intense about this, and I'd write out like every single workout that I did. But this year I'm trying to just really live by the movement is movement phrase. So here's my fitness tracker. I think it looks really cool. I can't wait to see how it looks at the end of the year. And hopefully you guys like seeing this too. Let me know if you guys like seeing the fitness tracker updates, because it's like very the same every single month, but I just think it's cool to see overall. How about we move on and I'll show you guys how much I spent in the month of March. It's not good. Okay, for this month's spending tracker, I'm just gonna do like a screen recording and show you guys, because I just cannot go through every single transaction. Then that would take way too freaking long. But here I am exposing myself for how much I spent in the month of March. It's kind of crazy. I'm not really proud of myself. I'm not really exact about like my income, just because I feel like that is something that I want to keep private to me. I'll show you guys everything that I spent, but these are all of like my variable and fixed expenses and everything. So I don't really ever want to go into too much detail about this stuff in terms of like explaining everything, but these are like all the transactions. I'm ranting already because this is just embarrassing. But I did, okay, the standout things, I did spend $400 at Aritzia because I bought all investment pieces, and that's really the only justification I have for myself when it comes to spending $396. These are things that I would never buy ever again because I have these pieces now. I bought like a really good pair of jeans, a really nice jacket that I can wear in the spring or the fall, and then I bought two just like staple basics that I probably would have to buy every couple months anyways if I bought them cheaper. So those are really my like justifications. It's not good, but it's fine. I just kind of went crazy on shopping in terms of like not buying a lot, but just like larger transactions. So I bought like new lifting shoes. I bought stuff from the Gymshark 30% off sale. So that was just kind of, I would say this was out of the ordinary. And then I did spend a lot on gifts last month too. That's something that I have like every single month. I spend a lot on gifts just because there's usually multiple gifts I need to buy anyways. So I just like to keep track of them. And that usually does become like a big chunk of my expenses anyways. And you guys can see all the food. The food's just crazy. But if I think about it, you guys, like these are things throughout the month. Like I really value my social life. It's really important to me. And I feel like I would just be really mad at myself if I chose not to spend time with somebody or get dinner with somebody. Usually you have to meet in the middle, so that doesn't always mean that my friends can come over and I can spend nothing and just cook for them. But a lot of times after college, if you meet someone, you have to go for a meal or something. So these are just all things that have added up, and I think it's good to be mindful of how much I'm spending on food, but this is not really something I'd ever choose to like cut back on, because then I would be saying no to spending time with someone. And like I said, my social life is something that's really important to me. So there's my justification there. And then I spent a lot on groceries. Actually, it's not that bad. It could be worse. My groceries is, you can just take that as you will. But here's like my little pie chart if you guys want to see like the breakdown of all of my variable expenses only. So nothing about my fixed expenses, which I did add this month. My therapy is definitely pretty expensive, but that's just kind of how it goes. So I highlighted those, and then I just bought Google Storage just because it was like a new thing. Fixed expenses are not in this pie chart, it's just variable, because this is the thing that actually changes every single month. So as you guys can see, I spent large amount on shopping, and then pretty large amount on gifts and food, and then 16.7% on groceries. So like I said, this is just kind of something that I want to be aware of and mindful of. And since I know what these numbers are and I choose to go through every single transaction, it just brings a higher amount of awareness to my spending. But for me personally, as long as I'm saving every month, I just dump a fixed amount into my savings every single month so that I'm never not saving. And this is how much I've spent, and this is just, that's it. Sorry, that was kind of everywhere. It's just a little embarrassing to show that I spent like over $2,000 on stuff. It is kind of crazy, but that's why I work so hard too. I like to say that I'm like rewarding myself for how hard I'm working. I don't know. You can judge me all you want. It's totally fine, but just be nice in the comments. I'm just doing my best. And I'm still saving. As long as I'm saving, I can't really be mad at myself. So that is everything for my spending tracker. I think that is everything now from last month and resetting. So how about we go through and make our April goals together, make a nice bullet journal spread, because I just want to spend more time on it this month. Okay, you guys, what do you think of the April cover? I think it is literally so freaking pretty. I'm obsessed with it. I love bullet journaling. If you guys have been watching way back since I was bullet journaling like even more intensely than this, I just love calligraphy and drawing and doodling. I just think it's like really fun, and it's a nice form of self-care and slowing down for me. And I think I'm a little good at it, if I do say so myself. So here's the April cover that we made. I think it's really pretty. But that's not really why we're here, you guys. We're making our goals. So how about we just write goals together? Goals. Just for fun, I'm gonna make each bullet a little flower, and you guys can just like see me do it in real time as I talk about these goals. But I want to carry over my last goals that I didn't complete last month onto this month. So for the sake of last month, we're gonna add learn one Korean dish. Wow, my handwriting is really not that good in this, but it's fine. Okay, and then we're going to read another freaking book. I swear I don't read a book this month. One of you has to comment and hold me accountable and be like, hello, where's your reading? We are going to read Crying at H Mart this month. I swear, if I don't, I'll be so pissed. But these are the two goals from last month I didn't do, so I want to do them this month. And then what else should we? I want to make less quantifiable goals, but just make these more so intentions, because these are pretty quantifiable and I just don't want to be like overwhelmed by it. So I want to go on more walks, so we're gonna add that as the weather gets warmer, and it's something that's really good for not only like your physical health but also your mental health too. Going on walks is just really nice, and as it gets warmer I want to do that a lot, whether it's before work or after work with Thomas. But I just want to say walk outside more. I'm gonna do workout 4 to 5 times a week also, just because I know that that's something that I probably like will fill out every month, so it just kind of makes me feel good that I know I'll do it. Honestly, you guys, I'm not very big on goal setting. This is something that I'm trying to do like new in 2022. So I kind of don't want to go crazy. How about for something for JH Collective? I'm gonna do either design or release new collection. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see in terms of JH Collective next month. I'm pretty sure I'm going to either do expand on my Miss You Already collection or start designing for like the notebooks and notepads and like desk accessories, because you guys really wanted to see those. And I'm not surprised that you guys want to see them. But I feel like the desk accessories will take a lot longer than expanding the Miss You Already collection, because those designs are already done. So I think I'm gonna do expanding first and then working on the new collection, but just let me know if you guys like feel very strongly about something. Okay, and then lastly, I'm gonna do one more goal. I'm gonna say develop my night routine or midweek. because I've been thinking about how I want to develop like a midweek routine, because I feel like no one really talks about how hard it is to be midweek during the work week. So those are all of my goals. I think that's more than enough. I have no idea if I'm going to accomplish all of these or not, but I'll try my best. Here's how they look overall. Oh my god, you guys. Look at this cute little cherry blossom theme. I think it's so pretty. Okay, actually, I lied. We're gonna add one more goal. This is like, doing this theme right now is really inspiring me and it's making me really happy. So I just wanna do a bullet journal spread for fun this month, whether it's like a quote page or something, but I just used to bullet journal a lot more, and doing this reignited that spark right now. So I wanna do just one bullet journal spread this month of something. I have no idea what it will be, but hopefully something. Okay, well that's everything in terms of our goals and prepping for April. So yeah, oh, and you know what? Let me get my planner. But lastly, in terms of prepping for next month, I'm gonna show you guys my planner, because you guys know that I track everything and I go through all of my goals and I make like fun spreads in my bullet journal. But in terms of like my daily to-dos and monthly events and due dates and stuff, I have this papier planner. I love this so much. It's just like the most beautiful planner I've literally ever seen in my life. So let me show you guys. I think I started planning stuff for April. So I use the monthly planner as just a way to track all of my dates and like my events. I used to do this on my iPad, if you guys saw my January Reflect and Prep, like my very first one, but I realistically it was too many things to go back and forth between. So I just kind of have these two now, and everything is really just in my planner. So I think I have like half of this filled out, but how about we just go through the rest of the month and fill out anything that I might have missed. I did this maybe like a week and a half ago. So let's finish this. Guys, I filled out everything for April that I have so far. I have a pretty busy month, so what I've been actually trying to do is write just straight up, like no plans. So that's actually been helping a lot, especially during the work week. As you guys know, I'm pretty social, so I try to be a little bit more intentional. I'm not doing the one plan Monday through Thursday, but I just want to set like no plan days so that I can be productive and work on myself. So here's how the month is looking. And then just on like an everyday basis is when I use my planner for like my to-dos and stuff. So stuff like this, so I don't really need to go through all of that. But you guys, now we have everything planned. I think that's gonna be everything for today's Reflect and Prep video. This is very sit down, very chatty, and if you guys wanna see like a more vlog style version of this, check out the playlist for monthly Reflect and Prep. I do these a little bit differently every single month, so if there's like a section that you guys would wanna see that I haven't done before, or something new that you want me to talk about every month, then just let me know in the comments. I'm asking you a bunch of things, so let me know in the comments. But this series, I want it to be what you guys want, what I want, and we can make this together. So yeah, I guess that's everything. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video, but until then, miss you already.